So we go on scene to this lady who has abdominal distension. She's nearly passing away. Her systolic blood pressure is unpalpable. The monitor finally gets it, and it's 49 systolic. The EMT's reaction after they call for backup on this lady who's like in almost imminent cardiac arrest. Once I read out the blood pressure, his reaction is like, oh shit. Literally, in the patient's bedroom, he couldn't contain himself and understand that it was not the right place for him to react. And it's very inappropriate. And I want to bring it to your attention. Whenever you deal with a life and death situation, you need to keep your cool, you need to keep your calm, and you need to keep your opinions to yourself. I'm the type of paramedic who drives around playing salsa music for his patients so his patients could feel better, playing bachata and playing Christmas music. So maybe you will think that's inappropriate. Maybe I speak to my patients in a way that's inappropriate. And that's all based on your relative opinion of what's appropriate. But I know what's not appropriate is for a person to go ahead and react to a person's medical condition in a less than prudent manner. Another instance is a person called 911 for his mother. This guy apparently had cancer. He was 18 years old, but his frame and his features looked like he was 11. Literally, he was overage with a little bit of facial hair, but he looked young. He looked underage because he was cachectic. He was dying from cancer. And as we were taking his mother to the hospital, the EMTs, once again, a different set of EMTs, asked him, like, yo, you're going to be okay to be home by yourself? He's like, yeah, I'm 18. And then the EMT immediately said, bro, are you sure, man? You look like you're 12. And you could tell that hurt the little kid's self-esteem. You could tell that it was inappropriate because he had facial hair. You need to be more mindful of your surroundings. You need to be more mindful of what you do and don't do on the scene of somebody's house. These and other instances like this are the reason why some EMTs have to call for backup, because you have no emotional intelligence. That's complete utter example of what it is to lack emotional intelligence. So I say that to say this, my people. Don't be that EMT. Don't be that paramedic who's inappropriate, sharing their unsolicited advice and giving their unsolicited opinion on things that are critical, especially in critical conditions. There's a time and place for everything. I mean, there's times where I'll curse near a patient because I understand that this patient is an authentic New Yorker, and so am I, and we see eye to eye on a lot of things, and cursing is not that big of a deal for them. But it's a case-by-case situation. But one situation that's unacceptable is for a person, EMT or paramedic, to go ahead and be unprofessional and react to a critical situation. So, what does that have to do with you? Whenever things are critical, whenever you're on scene of a real job, a shitty job, where there's a life or death situation, keep your phone in your pocket. And the reason why I mention this is because on a cardiac arrest, while we were waiting for PD to arrive, we have to stay with the body until the police officers come and relieve us. While we were waiting, my partner was on his phone looking at memes while the family was crying. So this is not just an inappropriate basic life support provider, it's also for advanced life support providers as well. So my people, once again, when you're surrounded around critical conditions, when the patient's stable, there's a little bit more flexibility for you to make jokes and maybe be a little less formal with your patient, especially when you're in the Bronx. But when there's a critical condition going on, you need to stay laser focused on solving this person's problem. And you need to increase your emotional intelligence to not exacerbate the problem for the people who are around you. I hope this helps. Peace.